Hello traders, welcome to the live streams of Global Trade Live. Today is 26th of May and we are in London session right now. So let's get started without wasting any time. So yesterday I just informed everybody that just don't miss today's streams because there is something really important I need to share with everybody, and I really want everyone to just grab this free of knowledge, right? Because I really want everybody to just learn this thing over here. So once I'll be getting the audience here, I'll be discussing each and everything with everybody. So yeah, so already I have just done with my analysis on gold and GBP. Hey Joes, morning, how are you? So I haven't took this trade over here. It just I'm waiting for a break above this candle to execute a buy trade. Let's see how the time frames are working here. So I'll be sharing that thing about which I just informed everybody yesterday, and I think that thing will be making everybody's trading very easy. And the main, you know, benefit of that thing which I'm going to share with you guys is that you you won't be, searching for tradable zones every day by coming here, or if you trade yourself, then you won't be searching zones to trade every day. Those zones will be pre-marked, uh, and you will be just waiting for the market to enter that area to trade the market. That's it. So there will be no hard work, and the best thing about that is that will save you. Hey XP Gaming, what's up? So the best thing about that knowledge is, hello Brandon, good morning. So okay, so audience is coming in now. That's good because I need people to share that thing. Yes, that's absolutely free. That's not an indicator, and that's not a expert advisor. It's just graphical thing over here. It just what I did is I just simplified the things. The things we know right now are already simplified, but I made them more simplified. I just did a little bit of editing here and there, and I just got something, and it's really working. And I will be giving you the proof of the working today only. So this thing will be shared today only, and after today, I won't be sharing that thing again in the future because that's why I just informed everybody yesterday that just be online tomorrow. So those who will be online and get this knowledge, then that's good. And those who are just missing this thing over here, they will be, just I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so I was just telling you about that thing. Yeah, I think you should make a separate video about zones. Okay, I'll work on it. So the best thing about that knowledge and that you can say that strategy is the strategy is still the same. I just do a little bit of difference in that strategy. The best thing about that strategy is you won't be over trading, and you won't be that will limit your over trading, you know, not in a full manner, but yeah, it will affect your over trading also. So you won't be over trading the way you are over trading now. you will be overtrading less. So that will affect your overtrading, and you won't be guessing where the market will be going. You will be having a clear view of the market, and of the market direction and the future market direction. Possibly, yes, that will be going to happen if you just learn that thing, and there is no rocket science in that. So I'll be just sharing this thing once I'll get some more people over here, because I really, really want to share this knowledge with you guys. And rest of the things I'll be telling you when I will be explaining that thing with you guys. I was just thinking yesterday that what we can do more. We are already, yeah, doing extremely hard work over here, and we are doing everything good. But what we can do a little bit more, which can just simplify the things. Like sometimes we don't know whether we should be, respect this area over here, or we should just go for this area over here. So that creates some sort of confusion in between our minds. Please hit the like button, guys. He's doing great job. Thank you so much, EXP Gaming. So yeah, I was just telling that, and if you guys are also agree with this, then just type yes. I want you to interact with me on this. So these are the two zones, right? So sometimes people get confused that we should be marking our resistance at this point or at this point, because these zones, you know people take these zones sometimes similar, or sometimes they just differentiate between these two zones. So that's the problem over here with some people, right? So we just don't get the clarity of the market. EXP Gaming is saying, yeah, this is the major problem for me. Yeah, I know, that's why I have just brought up this thing. I don't know where should I mark. Yes, 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 I really know that. I can feel the pain, because this thing over here can be really, really important for a trader. Because if you want to execute a trade, then you don't know whether you should wait for a candle to break and close above this area, or whether you should just wait and close above of the candle above this area. So that just creates some sort of confusion between our minds. And what we did then, supposingly this candle just went up, created a wick, came down and closed here, right? So some people will say that, okay, I'm going to execute a buy trade once the wick will be broken, right? But then the next candle just moves up and closes back on at this area over here, right? And that point people starts to panic. They starts to close their positions. After that the market goes in their way. But what they do is, they just starts closing their positions and losses. So that thing will help you to just get rid of all these things if you use that thing very carefully. So I have just tested that thing yesterday night. I slept late, so I was just testing this thing over there, and I'm really amazed with the results. So let's see if you guys will be liking it or not. But I'm really loving that thing. Okay, I think let's just get started here. Okay, so first, this is the gold over here, and gold is creating some sort of bearish candle at this point, right? So I won't be analyzing GBP JPY from now onwards, and I won't be analyzing gold from now onwards, because that thing has already done that for me. Let me just squeeze the graph and show you. Can you guys look at this gray area over here? Ignore these yellow lines, just focus on these gray areas. What are these gray areas are? These gray areas are the tradable zones. These are our tradable zones, which we know already. We don't have to mark support and resistance from now onwards, because I have already marked all these zones over here, and that will be helping me to enter into the exact zone by making no fault. How will that work? Let me just show you. Okay, so let's take a just recent example over here. Let me just zoom this over here so that you can just see this area. Let me just how can I hide this thing? Okay, yeah, so just ignore this part over here. Let me just take this. Guys, just understand this thing, and if you have any questions, then oh, where the hell that just okay, I think opacity is 0. Okay, let's make it to 100%. Yeah, I think I need to bring it to front, maybe. Visual order, bring it to front. Yeah, now it's fine. So the thing is, what I did, I just took a rectangle over here, and this is the clean range, right? So when the market was here, I have this clean range with me, which I can see already, right? Because it has just created yesterday. So when the market was here at this point, I have this clean range. I just take a rectangle over here and just pull it all the way to the rejection area. So this area here is the rejection and the highest point. So I just took the rectangle and just stretch it out to this area only. And when I will just change this color over here. I think, yeah, I think this is good. Let's just do it. Yeah, so I just got this gray area, right? So I have this clean range. So I took a yellow line, I marked that yellow line at bottom of this rectangle over here. Let me just, yeah, and I took another yellow line, I just put it at the top of this area. So now understand this from this yellow line to this yellow line and this all gray area. Now this is our tradable range. So now what I did was I waited for a candle to break and close above this yellow line over here, right? Note that we are not marking rejection zones. We are now, from now onwards, we are marking our tradable ranges, because we should be trading in only and only in tradable ranges, right? So now, so when I get this area over here, then I waited for the market to go and close above, break and close above this yellow line over here. And let me just remove this thing over here. And when this candle break and close above this range over here, then I waited for the next candle. Now let's see, now this candle just closed above and inside this tradable zone, right? So we have already clean range, and we know that, and we can see that that's why this is a tradable zone over here. So I waited for this candle to break and close above, and when it break and close above, and when the next candle breaks the high of the previous candle over here, at that point I took a buy trade at this point over here. and I kept my stop loss below the previous candle's low. Hey Julker, how are you? Yeah, that's what I am sharing here with everyone. So if you just came here and you missed something, and then I really recommend you to just go through this thing from the start of the video, right? Because this is really important and this is really fun over here. So when this candle just broke and closed above this area, then I took a trade when the next candle created a lower wick and break above the high of the previous candle. I took a buy trade and our target was 10 pips as usual, right? So, and we have this area over here. We know from the start of the clean candle to end of the clean candle, right? And when this candle break above, we took a buy trade at the when the next candle broke the high of the previous candle. We gave 10 pips of TP and our SL was below the previous low, right? So it just hit our TP. By this what I avoided was, look, I'll just show you. What I avoided was, before this thing over here, we need to mark this area over here, right? And we need to break and close above this area, right? And then we have to just mark this area over here, right? And we don't know whether we should be taking this area, this wick over here with us, or this wick over here with us or not. So we don't know that. But after marking just this tradable zone, look how the things just got simplified. You have the exact range in which you need to trade, and like same like this is another tradable range. So now we know that. So now let's see, this tradable range has just completed because the market respected this range and just gave us our profit right here. So now this tradable range has become small. I will be just taking this above these candles over here and I'll be calculating the range. So this is only 8 pips of range left now, right? So we all know that we only trade in a good range. So now this range is invalid for us because this has been done already. So let's delete this and delete this and also delete this. So now another example. You will be just starting to loving this because this is making things extremely simple over here. So now when GBJPY was moving up, this is a clean range, this was the clean range, right? So this candle closed bearish, then this candle closed bearish. So to go down we need a resistance to be formed, right? We all know that to go down we need a resistance, to go up we need a support, right? So after that this candle closed bullish, and when this candle closed bullish, at that time, that was the time we need to mark our zone, tradable zone. So I just take a rectangle from here, click here and drag it all the way down to this clean range over here. And look at this. Let me just give it some yellow line so that you people just get what I exactly want to say. So now this candle is having all this clean range, but we need confirmations. What will our confirmations? What will be our confirmations? When this candle, this red candle over here, bearish candle, just close back down below this area over here, this yellow line over here. We all know that to execute an impulse entry we need two things. We need a wick up and break the low of the previous candle. So when this candle closed in this tradable zone, first confirmation was that, and second confirmation was when the next candle create a upper wick and break this wick over here. So I just took a short trade at this point, put my SL at around 10 pips and my take profit is around 10 pips, right? Look, another winning trade over here. Because the powerful thing is, because this is very powerful, because this allows us to get the exact tradable ranges, exact clean ranges. That's where the traders makes the main mistake. They trade in each and every range. They just try to get trades every day, and they get confuses because they just mark and they just consider each and every zone with zone on the graph. But with this, that will not the case. This I take this range in consideration because this was around 23 pips of range. Look how beautiful this trade was, right? So let me just give you another example over here. You guys are getting this, right? Oh, Brandon is saying this is some powerful stuff. Yes, Brandon, this is extremely powerful, and I have just tested this myself. So now, let me just give you another example over here. Okay, so now this range has been filled, right? We don't be trading another trade between the same range. Note this thing, guys. Once you get a winning trade in one range, do not trade after that in that particular range. Just keep in that mind, because once the market just getting far away from this entry point over here, if you trade here, you are risking. You are risking your account at that point. You are risking your money at that point. So just avoid trading far distances from a support or the resistance. Just don't trade in between these zones over here. Just try to catch a trade in starting, or if you are buying, then at the start over here. So now this zone is completed, right? So this is nothing for of our use, so let's delete this also. Okay, so we are now like this, right? So now for the buy trade, let's just take a yellow line over here, and let's just take this yellow line at this point, right? So now we know that this is our tradable zone, because this clean range is coming all the way from the left. So we don't look exact same thing I was talking about. So we don't know whether to take this thing as consideration or this thing as consideration. So we just avoided those things. Because we don't know whether this will be considering the market and or this thing, right? So now my buy idea will be, once I break and close above this yellow line over here, then I know that I will be in a clean trading zone. Then I can take a buy trade, because this zone is almost 15 pips of range, right? And once I get above this zone over here, then I have another zone from the left. Look at this. This is the clean zone from the left. And look at this here. Most of the traders, me also and Raja also, took the trade right around this area, right, yesterday. But the problem was the market just rejected that area, and at that time we were anticipating that market will not be coming down, it will be going up. And this strategy over here just showed us clearly that why market went oppositely down, because we had this rejection from the left. We have this rejection here. So when I draw this zone over here, then I know that if I'll be entering this area, then I'll be safe, and my trade will be more probability trade. And if I enter above this area, then I'll be also safe, because my trade will be more accurate and probability trade. Because this is 18 pips of range, this is around 15 pips of range, and for the sell area, I will be waiting for a candle to break and close below this area to execute a sell trade. This is around 12 pips of range. I know the range is not too big, but yes, we can trade that. And this black region over here, so now here's the another thing. This black region over here is now no tradable zones. Let me show you why. Okay, look, so I just I was just about to take this trade, but because I am telling you everything, I just missed this trade over here. Look, almost 16 pips over here at this point. Why? Because I'll be showing you this also. I'll be showing you this. Let me just have some water. Just hold on. So yeah. So now, from now onwards, this will be our no trading zone, guys. Remember this. We have just reversed everything here. This will be no trade zone. Why? Now the question is why. Let me just show you with proof. Let's just go to the left. Look, below this clean area, rejection here. Rejection here. Let's mark this area. This is not a tradable zone. 7 pips only, right? So left need to leave this area. Let's go to further left. Then we have this area over here. Let's just mark our area here, which is around 8 pips. No trade zone, right? So below this area, there is also no range. So I have just marked a clean area already over here. We have this clean range to the left, and if I just calculate this range, this is around 17 pips of range, which is a tradable zone. So clearly I will be already knowing that if a candle breaks and close below 153.453, then there is extremely high chance that we are going from this point to this point. So from now onwards, we will be trading only and only inside proper trading zones. We don't have to mark every day the zones, and we don't have to guess whether this is a good support or this is a good resistance, or we should be taking two supports in one consideration or two resistance in one consideration. So this thing avoids that also, and I was telling you also how this will be avoid over trading, right? Let's just go and check that also. So let's say a candle breaks and close above this zone over here, right? And at the break of the high, let me just give you some example over here. Suppose this candle closes like this. Hey TN Fat, you're saying that we are at the end of the month. Would it be dangerous to enter? I don't think so. I really don't think so, because I know this is end of the month, but the thing is, we may see some sort of volume at the end of the month because this is the closing of the month. So maybe traders will be just squaring off their positions and making some transactions. Hey Shaz, good morning. So, and one thing, Shaz and Tian, if you and everybody else, if you are just came right now on the streams, then I'll really recommend you to just look at this video from the start to the end, because you have just missed something really important over here. So this is something new. The strategy is the same, it's just the zones is having some difference, so you will understand what I'm trying to say. So now, if supposingly if a candle breaks and close above this area over here and enter in our clean range, and the next candle starts here, breaks the high of the previous candle, and then suddenly the next candle closes bearish, right? So now we know that it has just rejected this area. Now what will we be doing is, we will be taking this zone to that area, because that is another rejection area above this area. So now this will be our tradable zone. So we will be waiting for a candle again to break and close above this zone over here. And then we all know that whenever we need to give our trade a second chance, we always miss that. many traders just miss that chance, and this will allow you to enter that trade again, because with time, in real time, you will be just adjusting these areas. So now, suppose now this candle closes above back in this tradable zone, and I take another buy over here by giving my trade a second chance. It's an impulse entry, so there is a very high chance, if it's coming second time up at this level, then there is a very high chance that this will go all the way up. So maybe at this time I just won the trade. Even if not, then I'll be managing the trade. But that's really a promise here that this thing won't let you down, and this thing will be simplifying our trading more. So that's why I really needed to share this thing over here. Now please input your comments in the chat section over here. Do you understand this thing, or do you like this thing or not? Just be honest and tell me. Okay, TN is saying yes. Thank you, TN. And really recommend you to just watch this video from the start, because I think you just came late here. So let's just analyze gold here. I did mark these levels in GBP JPY only. But the second chance, do we need to reduce volume? No, just don't reduce your volume. If you look, if you the reviewer is saying hard to see the screen. Is it? I really don't. I got this complaint for the first time. Yeah, the quality cannot be very good here because I'm using this OBS software over here, and I don't know how to maximize the quality of the video. I'll be checking on that. Yeah, but you will understand what I'm trying to say if you will be, looking at the full video from the start. Yep. So now here's the thing. In GBP/JPY, if this candle closes bearish, then at that point, this will be our tradable zone. This is just an example. This won't be a tradable zone because the range will not be extremely good here. Yeah, only 10 pips. I'm just giving you an example here. So by this, you can just mark your zones over here. 1080 would be better. Hey Kogun, how are you? 1080, I don't see any option like this here, and so no problem. I'll be searching on YouTube how to fix this. Maybe I'll be using another streaming software which allows us to give better quality of video. Okay, so let's just go and analyze gold. And one more thing. Yeah, there is one more thing. All these zones have been marked in 30 minutes. All these zones have been marked in 30 minutes. 30 minutes looks more reliable to me, and it's easy to spot trades in 30 minutes. So there is not so much confirmation, there is not so much information, and there is not so much less information in 30 minutes. So the information is quite good, and we can execute good trades on the basis of 30 minutes. So I will be analyzing each and every currency on the basis of higher time frames also, but I will be executing the trades according to 30 minutes or 15 minutes or something like that. Mostly I'll be executing the trades in 30 minutes. On GJ, it's a fake out. It's a fake out, but I think you are talking about this area over here, right? So now here's another thing. So you have this clean range, right? So if we just mark this rejection area over here and give it a yellow line like we do usually, then some people will think this candle should be break and close below. But if they wait for the next candle to break and close below, your trade is just gone, right? So by drawing this zone, by this tradable zone which I just told you, we will be getting this trade because this candle should is closing under our tradable zone. So that's the difference. You will be missing trades less, and the winning is high in this thing over here. Yeah, this is a fake out move, you can say that. Okay, I just missed the coal trade. Oh, this was extremely a good trade. Anyways, we'll find another opportunity. Let's just analyze and let's just trade this here. Okay, so let's just mark from the fresh our zones in gold. Guys, I hope you won't find this confusing, because just I know people will think that which strategy should we use now, because he's telling me that draw tradable zones, but I have learned that to draw rejection zones. Look, it's totally up to you guys. I have just shared my knowledge with you, so it's totally up to you. You will be having all the options with you, so just go for the strategy you you can use with your for your profits, right? The strategy gives you profit, the strategy which saves you from being stopped out or from being getting lost in the market, then just go with that strategy which suits you. That's the only thing I can say in that case. So let's draw the zones here. So we have this clean range in gold here, so let's draw this. Okay, so this is one tradable zone at this point. So once the market entering this zone over here, I will be selling the gold, and we have this sell case, right? Let's find buy case. So we need to go, okay, let's just draw this thing over here first, because we need to go to the left. Let's see what do we have on the left. Okay, so here we go. So we have, okay, so we have this thing on the left, right? So look, gold just respected this zone over here and went all the way up, tapped into this area, and now rejecting this area. So now already this move have been done, right? So now let's see another move. So we have this range over here, clean range. So let's just mark this range. So this will be my another tradable zone. So once the market or the candle breaks and close above 1912.17, I'm going to execute buys. So by this, I'm having now my buy idea and my sell idea, and I really do not have to look into the higher time frames for this, because we know that we usually trade in 30 minutes. So I just marked all these areas in 30 minutes. So let's see. Okay, so if this candle breaks this high over here, then we have around 20 pips of range, right? So let's see if we can trade. Let's see what do we have here. Okay, so we have this rejection over here. So maybe there is a possibility that if gold starts to move above this level, then it may do some sort of consolidation, at this point, and which can trap us between this area over here. So I won't be trading this zone because this is a rejection zone and no trade zone for me. I'll be trading the gray zones only. Above this level over here there was this gray zone, so that's why I just wanted to take a trade in that area. So now if gold starts to move down, break below this area over here, I'm going to execute sells. We have 50 pips range to the downside, 56 actually. And yeah, below this area, let's just mark another tradable zone. So now here's the thing, look, now here the people gets confuses between this area and this area. They don't know to mark this area, to take this area into consideration, or should they take this area into consideration. So they don't know that. So let's just simplify the things. Just take this rectangle from the candle and move all the way up till the rejection point. So this is the rejection point. So this is our tradable zone over here. So once a candle breaks and close below, I am going to execute a sell trade because I am having another zone to trade gold. So by this, I know already which zone to trade and which zone not to trade. So let's see. So look, now most of the traders, you know, just starts to fall between the traps over here. Like, why? Because they just try to take trades here and there, right? Because they have to take a trade every day. So for the sake of that, they just take trades at any point, right? So this thing will be avoiding us to over risk and over trade. Because we know that our tradable zones are this only. So we will be waiting and we won't be having any other option except waiting. So that will be avoiding our over trading and over risking. I'm looking to sell gold with confirmation under 1904.71, 15 minutes time frame. 4.71, let's see. Okay, maybe you are considering this area over here. 7.1 is around. Okay. Look, yeah, you can take this trade over here, but I think if you want to take this trade, then you should wait for a break below this area over here to execute the sell trade. Look, clearly with the strategy over here, you will be having different zones in 30 minutes and 15 minutes. So it's up to you whether you will be, but that will be, at very few times, because here is the difference, because we have this wick over here in 30 minutes. So that's why the zone is making some difference over here. So let's just go to the 15 minutes and let's look at the clean area over here. Then the clean area is the same, the zone is the same as 30 minutes, right? So in very few cases this will be happening, but if you are trading 15 minutes, then just draw the zones in 15 minutes. If you are trading 30 minutes, then just draw the zones in 30 minutes. And if you're trading both, then just adjust the zones according to the time frames and according to the candle movements you're getting. What is the better time frame for gold? Lower or higher time frame, since gold does not have a high volume? Well, gold is really having the highest volume from all the pairs I know. And the second thing is, if we talk about the time frame, then obviously 30 minutes is more, reliable than the 15 minutes, because you have less information, and but you have accurate information in 30 minutes. But the thing is, why you need to lower down your time frames in gold is because of the stop loss. Whenever you are using stop loss in gold, it will always be big if you will be using in 30 minutes, and it will be less in 15 minutes, and it will be lesser in 5 minutes. So my highest stop loss in gold is around 15-16 pips. So to get 15-16 pips of stop loss, I just see to the lower time frames in which time frame I'm getting 15-16 pips of stop loss, and I give my stop loss according to the candles inside that time frame only. Which time frame need to check before taking trades? Brandon, sorry, PS Gore. Okay. Before taking trades, you just check the time frames you are comfortable with. Look, it's really depends upon you and your trading style, which time frame you want to use. Like in gold, I'm using 30 minutes, right? And in GBP JPY, I'm also using 30 minutes here, right? So it totally depends upon you and your trading style, which time frame you really want to use to take trades. And I personally, if you ask me personally, then 30 minutes is the best time frame to trade. Look, look for the, you know, candle patterns or something like this in 4 hours. You can analyze the market, you can see, you can have the view of the market in the bigger time frames, and then you can just break down your bigger time frames into smaller time frames to execute a trade. So PS Gore, have you just figured out that timing problem with Eastern time and Indian time? Okay, so now we just need to wait over here. Okay, that's great. Let's look at some symmetry thing here in GBJPY. Looks like GBP JPY is just creating lower lows and lower highs over here. These are the lower lows. This is another lower low. So possibly it can just reject this area and starts to move down. And once we starts to move down, guys, below this level over here, GBP JPY is gone. GBP JPY is gone all the way down to this point. So if we can somehow manage to, take a trade here and leave a runner, and it just starts to fall down, then we can run that runner to 100 pips at least. When should open trade in range 10-15 pips or 20-25 pips? Okay, maybe you are asking that how big should be the range to execute a trade. Look, you should look for a range which is bigger than 13-14 pips, because you will be, giving out uh, your broker some commission over the spread. Suppose you are just targeting 10 pips, right? Then you will be giving, let's you are just executing a trade in 12 pips of range, for example, or 13 pips or 14 pips. If you're taking a trade in a 13 pips or 14 pips of range, then maybe 2 pips for spread, right? Now you will be getting around 12 pips, okay? And maybe 1 pip for the delay, right? When you are executing the trade, maybe you just take a trade after 1 pip, then minusing that 1 pip, you will be getting around 11 pip, and your target is only 10 pips. So you will be targeting 10 pips out of 11 pips. So that will be making your results difficult and, more negative, and you will be seeing rejections because of the less range. So always look beyond 14 pips. Personally, I trade above 14 pips of range, but sometimes I trade smaller ranges also, but that will be coming to you with experience. With experience, you will be able to trade small ranges also, because you know that you will be knowing that this range will be working 100%. So if you are starting, then you should just target ranges above 14 pips. So let me just give it some labeling over here, so that the people who are coming new, they know what I'm doing here. So this is a no trade zone. So yeah, this is something. So these zones are the tradable zones, and these black areas are no trade zones. So we will be waiting. So now there is another question which will be coming in everybody's mind is, let's just see here. So what about those movements which we just, when the market goes up, came down, creates a high, then test that high? Look, in this movements there is no difference for now also. These movements will remain the same as they are now. When the market will be creating an higher high and coming back down to retrace back, then I'm going to execute a buy trade when the market will be creating a support at this point. Maybe I'll be confirming this trade in the smaller zones over like I did in gold. Let me just show you that. So these movements will remain the same. Look, here it made a, let's just look, here gold went up, made a higher high, came back down, retracement, right? So when it made a bullish candle over here, then my execution point should be around this area, right? When the next candle breaks this high. So obviously in 30 minutes I don't see anything according to my strategy over here. So what I'll be doing is I'll be switching to 5 minutes, right? So in 5 minutes, look, above this level I am having this tradable range, right? And this candle just closed inside that range. When the next candle broke that high, I executed a trade and I just got 10 pips. So this is how I will be able to trade that strategy with this strategy also. Look, like in GPY here, the market was at this area, the market went up, right? It came back down, creating a higher high. Okay, so but the market came back down between this area over here, this range. So how can I trade this range? How could I have just trade this area over here? Because I know the market creates a higher high and it came back down for the retracement. But how will I trade this? So I'll be executing a trade when this candle made bullish and the next candle broke this high over here. I'll be keeping my stop loss below the previous candle's low, and at this point I'll be having around 10-12 pips. So this is how these setups can be traded without the zones. We will be using the zones only to enter new areas. This is a new area for us, so if the market enters this area, executing a trade. If the market enters this area, we'll be executing a trade. But if the market creates another higher high, then I will be executing the trade according to the, our old strategy. It's just, you need to just keep your eyes and mind open all the time during the trades. That's all we need to do. But by this thing over here, I am already feeling stress free, more stress free actually, because now I don't have to just, wait and watch it very, uh, with very, careful eyes. Oh my god, what will happen here? And is this zone should I take into consideration, or should I take this zone into consideration? Now I clearly know that I just need to wait for a candle to break and close above this area to execute buys. That's all I need to do. Look, some people will be trading this area over here, but they will forget that if you will calculate the range, then there is no range. This is only 7.5 pips of range. Trading is like hunting, wait and watch opportunity and do not jump in risky trade. Exactly. That's why I am just, evolving our strategy with this strategy here. Okay. GBP AUD. Okay, let's look at the GBP AUD. Okay, so GBP AUD is about to go up. I think we have this tradable range at this point, and it just closed at this area over here. So what we can do is an impulse can entry can be taken in GBP AUD. So once this candle, it has already made a lower wick over here, and once this candle breaks the high of the previous candle, at that point you can execute a buy trade because you have clean area to the left. So let's see if once breaking it at this point, it should be going up. Let's see how this thing will work here. Okay, JPY just going up. I think soon it will be entering this area. Let's see to the higher time frames. Okay, so this candle is breaking above the high of the previous 4-hour candle, and I think GBP JPY should be moving up. Yeah, it should be moving up. Okay, GBP AUD is about to break above the high over here. Let's see. I'll be just back in 2 minutes. Okay, so GBP AUD is now moving up. Let's see if it goes 10 pips in profit or not. So look, in GBP/JPY, as this candle is already have just moved all the way up here, I won't be executing. I will be waiting for this candle to break and close above this area over here. What happened to the gold? Okay, hey Ahmed, how are you? uh, right now gold is just doing nothing. It's in a no trade zone over here. The one who are just coming new to the streams today, I really recommend everybody to just go through this full video from the start, because I have just shared some knowledge in the streams. The new strategy, the strategy is the same, it just I have just changed it a little bit to make it more simpler and effective. So just go through the video from the start and get this free knowledge, because this thing won't be discussed in further of the streams. So yeah, first I was about to keep this topic only in the course, but then I thought that let's just not do that, because many people faces problem here, and if I can do something to get you free out of your problems and just get you a little help to be a good trader, or to grow yourself a little bit, then why not? That's why I'm just sharing this thing with you. Okay, so GPUD, let's see how up it went. Okay, so it went around 4.4 pips. Let's see where will be 10 pips. Yeah, at this point. So whenever you see a setup happening in other currencies also, just take a paper trade. Just do paper trading. By this you will be getting confidence, and the next time the same thing happening in the market, you will be just trading that thing. Like, but in GPUD obviously I don't trade, so I won't be taking this trade in GPUD next time. But still, it really helps you to increase your confidence, and to grow yourself. So yeah, I went in then out, did a scalp. Oh, that's good. So you did a 4 pips of profit, I think, in GPUD. Oh, that's good. If you can send your chart to us, then it would be great, because everybody else can also see how you just executed a trade, and where you just put your stop loss. So if you can share a chart with us, then it would be great. Okay, so no chart, I just used yours. All right. So where did you kept your SL? Because if you have executed a trade here, okay, maybe you kept your SL below the same candle. Went in and out. Okay. So you really want to wait for this candle to close above this area. Let's see what the 15 minutes is telling us. So now we have, I think, two options here. We can wait for the 15-minute candle to close above this area, right? But I think that I should be waiting for a 30-minute candle to break and close above that area. That would be more accurate, because this candle is just coming all the way up. The previous candle's size is also kind of the same, and I really don't think that this candle should be stretching all the way up, but it can be also, so we never know. Let's see, we have few seconds left for 15-minute candle to close. But the thing is, on the left side there is rejection also. So I think it would be a good idea if I can just wait for the candle to break and close above this area. 30-minute candle. So I'll be waiting for a 30-minute candle to break and close above this area. So yeah, that will be the case. Okay, GPUD just moving up. Already came half the way at this point. 5-6 pips, 4 pips to go for the 10 pip target. Looks like trying to break above. Let's see, 15 minutes. Oh, I think 15 minutes should be rejecting this area and start to come down. Maybe, or maybe not. I don't know. But really, I think so because rejections from the left. Maybe can just uh, just move up a little bit and close back down, something like that. Really need to wait for the 30-minute candle to close up. If this 30-minute candle manages to close above this yellow line over here, above 154.262, then there will be a very high chance that the next candle will be moving up to fill this area. Bro, what is your strategy? Not understanding your chart. Mr. Ahmed, the strategy is the same. It just, I have already explained this in this video over here, so I will really recommend you to just go through the video again from the start and just learn this strategy. This is exactly the same strategy we were using for now, but the thing is, in that strategy we mark rejection zones, right? And in this strategy we mark tradable ranges. So these black areas are the no trade zones, and these gray areas are the tradable ranges. Clean range from the left. All these gray areas are clean range from the left. So we have this range over here to trade, we have this range over here to trade, and we have on the sell side we have this range over here to trade. So when you see this black area, this is a no trade zone, and when you see this gray area, this is a tradable zone. I just reversed that thing here. Okay, GPJPY is trying to move up. It just broke the high here. This can be a rejection zone here. Alright, 11 minutes left for this candle to close. I am really waiting for this 30-minute candle to close above, because I have seen earlier also GBJPY just shows up that it's moving up or down, and it just reject that area and starts moving all the way down. So I won't be taking any chances here. It's better to miss a trade but to lose a trade. Prince Abby is saying, what's the new thing you wanted to share that you mentioned on Instagram? Prince Abby, I think you are just late, and I really recommend you, and I really want you to get this free knowledge. And if you want to get this free knowledge I shared today, just go through this video from the start till now. You will learn and see and understand every single thing I just explained today. So just go through the full video. Just there will be a little bit of hard work here today, but that will be worthy. So in short, I'll just tell you that in short, these black areas from now onwards, these areas are no trade zones, and these gray areas are the tradable zones. In these zones we will be executing trades from now onwards. So what we were doing was we were marking rejection areas as gray areas, right? So now I have just reversed that thing. I just gave these clean ranges these gray areas, and the no trading zones or non-clean ranges a black area. So now I will be waiting for a candle to break and close above in this gray area so that I can take a buy trade in the next trade. So that's the strategy over here. Really recommend you to just go through the video from the start. Okay, so gold is having 9 minutes left for this 30-minute candle to close. So if this 30-minute candle closes back inside this range over here, then in the next candle we can take a sell trade, anticipating for the price to move down at least to this wick. But for that we really need to wait for a break and close below. Okay, so looks like those who were trading in 15 minutes, they have opportunity here. This range here, once this candle breaks the low, stops around. Okay, but personally I'll be waiting for 30-minute candle to close. Okay, so look at this thing here. That's why I did not executed any trade here, because I have seen this thing in the past. GJ just, you know, somebody just took an impulse entry over here when this candle break the high, and they are in right now in a drawdown right now, and this candle can be moved, down, and they can just stop you out. Okay, let's see. Oh, look at GA here. It just went all the way 7 pips up and came all the way back down. So I think if you just took this trade over here, then at this point, when the candle came back to the entry point, you could have just closed half of the trade. And if your stop loss is here, then still you should be in the trade. And I think if you have just kept your stop loss, let's see here. If you have just kept your stop loss here, then if this candle closes bearish, this 15-minute candle closes bearish, then you can close rest of the trade. So by this you will be losing nothing, because this candle can be closed around this level over here. This was your entry point. You closed half of the trade here at break even point, and if this candle closes bearish, then you can just close rest of the trade in around 2 pips, minus 2 pips, but you need to wait for 5 more minutes. So this is how you can manage your risk. Your stops was around 10-11 pips originally, but you closed your half position in 0 pips at break even point, and I think this candle should be closing at this area over here, so you can close the rest of the trade once this candle closes bearish. But if this candle starts to move all the way down, then you just have to switch to the 5-minute time frame, and once this candle breaks this low over here, you can close another half and let the rest of the trade run. So by this you will be losing another half in around 8 pips, and then in this way you will be minimizing your losses at a really good level. So yeah. Okay, so we still got 4 minutes left here with the 30-minute candle to close. So this was the area over here, resistance area, and it just went up, and it's kind of closing around this below this tradable zone. So a question comes into mind that should we trade this when the next candle breaks the high, or should we just wait for a pullback and to go up? But let's see how things will be working, because if we get a good wick to the downside and a break above, then we can surely take a trade, but not above this point. To take a trade, just wait for a break above this point. Yeah. GPUD, okay, close on behalf 5 minutes. Okay, that's really great if you just manage your risk properly. So right now you are having one losing trade for today, right? So if you are still under your per day risk, then just take second trade, and after second, if you just lose second trade, in case 1%, if you just lose your second trade, then just call it a day. Just call it a day and come back tomorrow with fresh mind, fresh energy, and just try tomorrow, because by this you won't be losing much, and you will be just understanding the market also, how these this thing works and do everything. So yeah. Okay, let's see what do we have here in GBP JPY. So now it's about 1 minute left for this candle to close. Okay, so look at this rejection over here in GBPUD. So the next try in GBPUD should be, now you just tried to take an impulse entry, right? So now to execute a buy trade in GBPUD, you should wait for a candle to break and close above this area. Only after that you should execute a trade. If you don't get that thing today, then you should not execute another impulse trade in GBPUD, because it's already rejected your impulse trade, right? So just wait for a candle to break and close above this area, then only execute a buy trade. And if we talk about the sells over here in GBPUD, let's see, where do we have our clean range? Okay, here we go. Okay, not much. Let's see. Yeah, this is another range. So sells should be between this area. This should be the range for sells, because there is nothing, no clean range to the upside. So you just, okay, here's this range over here, I think. Yeah, there is no range, no clean range here. This is the only range to trade. So you know where you need to take a buy, and you know where you need to take a sell. Okay, so looks like GBP is just closed above this area over here. That's a really good sign. I think I should be getting ready. So the idea is, once this candle crosses above this area over here, then I'm going to take a buy trade. Yeah, that's the idea. That will be the first trade for today. Let's see. Okay, it's moving up now. So let's see if we can just get this trade. Because this is the last rejection point, and I think if we cross above this area 154.302, then with volume it can just move up all the way to 154.425. So now it just we need to wait. Okay, so gold is just doing nothing right now. So if I execute a trade here, then stops will be around 10 pips. Let's see what do we have in 15 minutes here. Yeah, stops will be around previous 15 candle low over here. So yeah, I am really ready to take this trade over here. So now people will ask this question also, that why did you didn't just executed an impulse entry when the current candle break the high of the previous candle? Maybe that this questions also come in some people's mind, but the reason is why I did not executed this trade, impulse trade here, because this candle is really a big candle, right? So there can be a possibility of, you know, a little bit of retracement and then moving up. So, and the open of this candle is really close to the high of the previous candle, right? So to avoid, you know, avoid faulty trade here, I took this highest rejection point from the left into consideration. That's why I just take this point into consideration except this point. That's the reason. Because look how easily it just went up and came back down. I know it has to move up, but the thing is, I really need it to move up very fast so that I can just grab my 10 pips and get out of the trade. Because I really don't know. After this crossing above, I really am. I will be having only 12 pips, right? So so that's why I really need to keep in that mind also. I will be having only 12 pips. So how much pips will I be booking in my trade as profits? So let's see. Hi bro, did you trade gold yesterday at NYSE? No, I didn't took any trade after the London streams. Actually, mishappening just happened yesterday. I I was about to, take the NY streams. I just told everybody that I'll be doing NY streams, but my friend's mother just got expired yesterday, so that's why I just got busy there. Okay, so 22 minutes left for this candle to close. And it's really trying to go up now. It just created a lower wick. Let's see how this trade will be going. Gold is moving up, doing nothing. Oh, let's see what happened to this 15 minutes here. Look, that's why I really don't trust 15-minute time frame. Just gold is just, break this zone over here, close back, close in the range, and next candle took this, broke this here, a low here. People maybe took this impulse entry at that point, anticipating for the price to move down, but it just rejected that area and move up. That's why I trust 30 minutes here. Don't you think these days we get moves better in New York and NYSE rather than London? Yeah, that's true. That's true. But today is something different. Today, this big move is just happening in London here. So really glad to see these kind of moves after so many days in London session. So we are already waiting since 1 hour 40 minutes here. So I'll be waiting, this is the last candle I'll be waiting for, and if this goes up then okay, and if this doesn't go up then I'll be trading New York streams today. But I am really glad about one thing, that I, you know, with this thing over here, I just did not took those trades who were not necessary to take, right? So yeah, really saving me from that. So let's do some labeling here in gold. Oh, sorry, in JPY. So this is a no trade zone for now. We have this clean range, so if we make some sort of, structure here, then I might trade this range also, but right now this is a no trade zone. Tradable zone. So we are looking for buys right now, just waiting for a candle to break above 154.300 to execute buy trades. So now we have 18 minutes left. Let's see what 15-minute time frame is doing. Okay, so I think that 15-minute time frame is just creating a bearish candle, and if this candle closes bearish and the next candle breaks the high of this bearish candle, then at that point I might be executing a buy trade, but it totally depends on how this candle is forming. So we need to wait for 2 more minutes here. Okay, so 15-minute candle is about to close in 15 minutes, oh sorry, 15 seconds here. It has just closed bearish at this point. Okay, still got 15 minutes in this 30-minute candle to close. So the thing is, if this 30-minute candle reverses back and breaks this high, oh sorry, and break this green line over here, which is at 154.300, then buy execution will make more sense, because at that point this current 15-minute candle will be moving up, which will be breaking the high of the previous candle and will be breaking the high from the left also, which will be giving us double confirmations for buys. But let's see if it just goes straight up, or it will be just, creating a resistance over here and then it will be moving up. So let's see. So if we talk about the 45 minutes here, then buying above this wick over here just makes sense. I think it will be coming down to test this area over here, and then it will be moving up. So if this candle will come down here and creates a buy candle, then I'll be taking a trade to test this high. But for that we need a setup like this to form. So we will see if we get something like that or not. Gold moved up. No, gold is just at the same price it was before. Nishal is saying if GJ goes below 154.150, is it okay to sell? 154.150. Let's see. Okay, you're talking about this. No, I really don't think so. To execute sells, you need this candle to form bearish, and then you need a bullish candle to form, and when the next candle breaks the low of this bullish candle, then at that point you should be executing sells, because at that point you will be having this range to trade. So that should be your sell idea, because always remember market creates a resistance to go down, and if this candle just go all the way down in one candle or two three candles, then you cannot just sell. Then you can sell, I think, once this candle breaks below this area over here and closes below this area. But that's really subjective. That's you need to see how the setup is forming. So these there can be 2-3 kinds of cells. Right now I really think that the market should be moving up. This area should be filled here. That sounds way better than idea. Way better idea. Yeah, exactly. Because to avoid over trading, just we just need to wait for a proper setup to form, and only then we should be executing trades. Because we only have two trades for a day to take, right? And if those out of those two trades, we just take one trade just like that, and then we take second trade to cover the loss we made in the first trade, then there is no point of trading, right? Because you are literally not making any profits at that point. I used to make this mistake all the time. Sometimes I make this mistake today also. There is nothing to hide, but I am somehow managing to, control that thing, because I know that if I just do that thing again and again, then I'll be just at break even point for all the time. And to, go beyond the break even point into the profits, you really need to avoid over trading, over risking, avoid trading any kind of setups. You should just trade high quality setups. That's the only focus you should be having on. Okay, so 6 minutes left. So if this candle closes bearish, and after the 6 minutes, we will be ending the live streams here in London session, because I don't think there will be any opportunity we will be getting. So I'll be trading New York session most probably. Yeah, I'll be trading New York sessions. Let's see. Okay, Tian, see you. Good to hear that. Yeah, because really need to see how the market reacts with these levels over here. For me, also these things are new, but really think that this can make our trading more simpler, because to know the exact area where you need to trade, that's a really good thing for a trader. Guessing thing will be out now. We won't be, guessing support areas, resistance areas. No problem, PS Core. So I think 4 minutes is just left here. Okay, so this candle is just kind of rejecting here, and I don't know. Maybe this candle just shoots up, or maybe we can see a reverse back and closing here. Let's see. GA is moving up after 4 minutes. Again, buys can be done in GBP AUD, because this time you will be having this candle close inside the tradable range. So I'll be keeping an eye on this. I won't be taking any trades in GA, but yeah, we'll keep an eye. Okay, it's moving up. Last 3 minutes left. Alright, let's see. 1 hour candle is also having last minutes left here. Let's see where this candle will be closing. Okay, so I have just executed a buy trade over here. Kept my stop loss below the current candle's low. Really anticipating now the price to move up. So if this candle closes with no wick on the top, then I'm going to close the trade here in a little bit of profit. But I really think that this will be going up. So 12 seconds left for this candle to close. 1 hour candle is also about to close. Okay, 1 hour candle just closed here. 15-minute candle closed bullish. We have this clean range to the left. So now really anticipating for the price to move up. And side by side, I'm also ready to manage my risk as well. Okay, so look, GPUD just closed bullish inside the range, and the next candle is moving up here. Let's see. Gold is stuck at this point. How will you manage risk in this trade? You are buying at resistance. Yeah, in 4 hour there is resistance, but in 30 minutes the left side needs to get filled here. Nishil Gautam is saying, will you close or ignore, or if it goes back in range? Hey bro, I have streamed the Asian session and New York session. Hit me up, let's do a collab. Yeah, sure. Have you closed your half? No, I haven't closed my half of the position, guys. Look, how I will be managing the risk here in this trade is, my idea is, if this current candle, 15-minute candle, breaks this area over here, then I will be closing half of the position in loss, right? And if this 15-minute candle closes bearish, then also I'll be closing half of the position. But I really think that this should be going up by respecting the previous candle's low. Let's see how this trade will go, because once this candle starts to break its own high, then there's a very high probability that it will be moving up, and once this breaks this high over here at this point, it should be 90% there is a chance to move up. So yeah, I right now I have full position open right now, so I didn't close anything. So really waiting for this candle to flip back with volume and move up, because it have potential, to just move all the way up and fill this area, clean area here. At this point, it's just testing our patience, nothing else. People get panic here and just starts to close their positions, but we really need to trust the market setup here. So we have 1 minute left for this candle to close, and I hope that this candle closes bullish so that don't need to close half of the trade. So let's see. It should just go up, all the way up. We don't want to see this candle to go down, just go up. We don't want you to go down. Let's see. Okay, it's coming back down. 59 seconds remaining. "21 seconds remaining. I'll be closing half once this candle closes bearish. 10 seconds. Just go up, go up. Come on. Okay. Just closed half of the position here because the previous candle closed bearish. Closed this position in around -2 pips. Yeah, -2 pips. So now the thing is, the current 30-minute candle is having 14 minutes left, and if this 15-minute candle breaks this high over here, then we are surely moving up. But on the other hand, if this 15-minute candle breaks this low over here, then I'm also going to close another half at that point. Once this 15-minute candle breaks the low, I'll be closing another half to save myself from big loss. And I'll be adding my positions back once if this current candle breaks this high over here. At this point, I'll be adding my positions back in the market. Okay, so I have closed another half of the trade here. So now, if the current 15-minute candle closes below this yellow line, below this area over here, then I'm going to close full position at that point. So let's see if this candle closes back in the range, or if this candle just flips back and starts to move up. Which YouTube channel do you follow except Raja for trading content? I don't follow any channel on YouTube except Raja. And trading content, I really don't need any trading content here, because what I have learned from myself from the past 3+ years and what I have learned from Raja, so those contents are really sufficient for me to execute trades and to just give trading knowledge and everything. Okay, so 15-minute candle looks like breaking these lows over here, open of the previous candles. I think I might close another half at this point. Okay, so here's the thing, once this candle breaks its own low, I'll be closing another half, really reducing my losses. Sorry, really reducing my losses at this point. I have closed another half here. So now a very small part of the position is running. I'll be adding all the risk back once this candle breaks this high over here, because I want to give this trade a second chance at that point. So right now I have lost in total around 3 pips. Okay, so this candle is breaking below this low over here. Once this candle breaks this low, I will be closing another half. Just understand these rules of closing half and half and half and half. By this you can really reduce your losses. Big time reduction of the losses were held here at this point when we closed half of the big lot. So let's see if this candle continues moving down or not. So what went wrong in this trade? The only thing went wrong in this trade was there was no probability. That's the only thing went wrong. But yeah, we do managed our risk extremely good, and I think in this last running position over here I might lose a very little amount, and total loss maybe. Okay, so here I closed another half. So till now I lost around 4 pips out of this 11 pips of the total position. In the 50-cent lot I just lost $19 till now. Look at this here. I took a 50-cent trade, and first I closed half 24 cent in minus $4.85. Then I closed respective positions in this scenario. 13-cent lot minus 5.85, 6-cent lot minus 3.64. So in a 50-cent lot this is around just 4 pips of loss right now, and in this trade I may just lose, you know, $2-3. So this is how you should manage your risk in every trade. This strategy gives us a power of, to take big lots with minimizing our risk. But that's really a very responsible job for us to, handle these things over here. Okay, so 7 minutes left, and if this candle closes bearish under this area, I'll be closing full position. Now let's see. Okay, coming down, and when this candle break this low over here, I'll be closing another half. Here I have just closed another half here. Look how I just reduced my overall risk to a very small risk. That's why I'm just telling you about closing each and every half of the trade. Okay, so now we have 5 minutes left here and we are breaking all the lows. At this point, I have closed full position. Let's see how much we lost. Lost around 4.5 pips in this trade. Look how this was around 11.8 pips of stop loss and just lost around 4.5 pips in a 50-cent lot. So now let's see if this candle closes. Okay, so guys, I think I am done for this session over here. So now I'll be waiting for the New York session and I'll be start streaming New York session in 10-15 minutes. So I'll see you there. Take care everybody. Thank you so much for giving me your time. So Zainab is saying in this range I would like to see a support formed in order to take a buy. Yeah, that's true. We need a support to be formed around this level over here, like this, to take a buy trade to test this high again. But let's see if that happens or not, because still have 4 minutes left and this candle can close above this range. Okay, you're welcome everybody. So see you in New York streams today. Take care.